So, Horace and the spiders. Wait, spider? Spiders? There's definitely more than one. I'm guessing he couldn't fit the S on the end there. Horace's task is to go to Spider Mountain and kill the spiders. I mean, if the spiders are just chilling out on their own mountain, why is Horace so adamant to go there and stomp them to death?
I will hunt down the alleged arachnid and spread them to kingdom come.
Horace has taken 4 serums along with him on the journey to ensure that he doesn't succumb to the spider's poison. What I really like about this is that Horace never actually dies in the game. If he uses all of his serums, he literally just gives up and goes home. Horace and the Multiple Spiders is a game I never got the chance to play as a kid. Much like Horace Goes Skiing, it takes place over multiple screens of multiple game modes. Where skiing took us through 2 different game modes, this one takes us through 3. Stage 1 sees Horace legging his way up a mountain, avoiding the spiders as he goes, and this initial stage is over so quickly that I actually thought I'd done something wrong. The controls here are excessively precise though, and they do take a while to get used to. If your timing is off, you're likely dead. Even when climbing up the mountain, you're gonna get grazed shins. On the second stage, Horace has to make his way across a canyon by swinging between lengths of spider webs. Again, the controls on this feel a little off kilter until you realise just when you need to press that jump button. Horace refuses to jump unless a spider thread is within his grasp, so while I was mashing the jump button incessantly, wondering why Horace wouldn't let go, I was gradually being hauled up to the spiders above. What you have to do, in fact, is time your jumps so that the thread you're jumping to is right next to you. This all went swimmingly after that, right up until I got to the last spider and couldn't uncling myself from the bloody thing. It turns out there's a separate button for that, the Z key. This leads me to one strange point about the game. The controls. Instead of the usual QAOP method used in most games like this game employs a gap between the vertical and horizontal controls. So, for example, up and down is now Q and Z. This felt so unnatural to me, both as someone used to the QAOP scheme and modern control schemes in general. It took a while to get the muscle memory right. Lastly, the third stage, a mode that plays a little like Load Runner, but includes Horace's incessant need to constantly run in a straight line. Seriously, the guy won't stop. In this stage, you're tasked with tricking the spiders into falling into their own webs by stomping great big holes into it. Once they fall in the gap, you go and stand on top of them and stomp, stomp, stomp your way to victory. This stage is by far the most enjoyable and had me making involuntary noises every time a spider started chasing me down. You do need to pay some attention to where you stomp your holes though, because in my case, being an idiot, I managed to disconnect myself from the rest of the web network and had to wait for ages until a spider came along and bridged the gap. On completing this stage, you're given an extra life, known here as serums, and plonked back into a new routine of the game, starting from stage 1 with increased difficulty. The difficulty increases are basically what you'd expect, generally using the formula of add more spiders. Apart from this one section where it took all the other spiders away and actually made it a bit easier. But anyway, Horace and the Spider. It's a decent enough game. Personally, I feel as though the first 2 sections aren't quite as fleshed out as I'd like, and the jankiness of the control scheme can often lead me to lose most of my lives on the very first section. The third Load Runner style stage is by far my favourite, and the length of time it takes to stomp through the webs is just long enough to have you second guessing whether or not you're actually going to make it in time. Personally, I think the game falls a little short of Horace Goes Skiing, but maybe that's just my nostalgia talking. It provides a decent arcade-style game for the Spectrum with a dash of variety, and it rewards the player's skill, something that quickly increases with repeated plays. And that's exactly what a good arcade game should do.